Rabbi say, if ever there was a time that it's easy to be preoccupied with the news and world politics, there's never been a better time than now. Never. When I was a child, there was a newspaper, there was a radio. There was a newspaper and a radio, right? You lived in New York like I did, and you had WCBS where you can get the news, 880, and it was the same machzor, the same things every half hour. Or if you listen to WINS, right, you give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world, right? It was every 22 minutes, you get the whole, twice an hour, 22 minutes, and it was the same thing again and again and again. Oh, you want more information? You could read the newspaper. You get the New York Times delivered to your house. That was it. Maybe you get a different newspaper. And if you live out of town, you live in Detroit, you get the Detroit News or the Free Press. And if you live in Chicago, you get the Chicago Sun-Times or the Chicago Tribune. But that's all you get. You couldn't get more. When you wanted to read, if you came from Texas and you moved to Illinois, so the only way you would get your paper from Texas is you would have, right, what is it, the Plain Dealer, I think it's called now, that was in Cleveland, the Cleveland Plain Dealer, right, so that you had to go to Borders, and Borders would have newspapers that they sold, I think once a week, they would get a delivery, a shipment, and you can buy the paper from your hometown, so that's how you got the news, right, you're interested in politics, that's where you got your stuff, you could only dig into it up to a point, there wasn't that much to sink your teeth into. Today, you want to be involved in politics. Today, you want to be involved in news. You can read any newspaper from every city, state, town, and country in the world with a click of a button. And you don't have to read today's newspaper. You could read 75 years ago's newspaper. You can read when your great-grandmother came to these shores. It's all there. Everything's available. No problem. You can be busy with the news. You can read conservative newspapers, and you could read liberal newspapers, and you could read far right and far left and in the middle, and the other, no problem. You can be busy. It's not only the language that you're going to see there. It's not only the indecency and the immorality that's discussed. And not only the bad behavior that's discussed. It's much worse. You know what happens when a person gets so into it? You forget that there's Rabbanu Shalom. You forget that Hashem runs the world. So instead of thinking about what does Hashem say we should do, we say, what does the CDC say we should do? What does the World Health Organization say we should do? Did Cuomo mess him up? Did he fix the problem? Was it de Blasio's fault? Was it Trump's fault? Was it Biden's fault? Is Biden hiding? Right? Everybody's got 1,000 things to say on every matter. Is it China? No, it's not China. It's Wuhan. No, it wasn't China. It was China. They should have known. They didn't know. Whose fault is it? Very nice. It's all good. It's great. You can schmooze about it all you like. Rabbi say, anybody see Hashem? Anybody talking about where does Hashem fit in? Maybe it happened because HaKadosh Baruch Hu decided that He has a message to bring to the world. Maybe it happened because HaKadosh Baruch Hu decided that He wants to remind us all that He's actually in charge. He's the puppeteer. He's the puppet master controlling all of us little puppets. Right? And today, now we're going to talk about politics. Who's going to be voted in? Does Trump have a better campaign manager? Does Biden have a better campaign manager? Is it going to be Kamala? Is she going to be the one? Or is it going to be Pence? And is Pence right? And is he wrong? And on and on and on and on. And we're going to talk ourselves to the bone. And we're going to work ourselves to the bone because who has time?